Hey everybody, this is one of the last devotions we'll do for the weeks to come. I think it's just this one and next week, and then we're done. I have a question for you. My question is, if you could see the future, would your decisions for today change? So again, my question is, if you could see the future, if you could see what would happen in the future, would that change what you did today? I was reading a book, and just recently I read this quote that has to deal with that. And it says, the further out you can look into the future, the better the decision you'll make today. So, who's been playing on this is Truth.com. And if you ever have seen those commercials from Truth.com, they realize that you can't see the future, but they're trying to give you insight to the future. So they'll have a guy who has to wash out the hole in his mouth because he smoked his whole life, or this woman who just aged exponentially because she smoked. And they're trying to give you a glimpse into the future to change your decisions today. I wonder if it would have changed my decisions where I would have gone as a missionary, or where I would be if I knew the future. If I wouldn't have made some of the mistakes that I made in life, though, because I didn't look down into the future. So let me ask you a question. If you knew that you were going to be living paycheck to paycheck for your whole life, and you're going to be stressed out about just how much you make versus your debt, would that change your decisions you make today and how you spend money? Or if you knew that you were going to be obese and have joint issues, or have diabetes, or have all these hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical bills, would that change your lifestyle with how you exercise and how you eat starting today? Or even more seriously, if you knew that down the road you'd be addicted to porn and have a broken marriage, and your kids would struggle with you because you were addicted to sex, would that change how you see yourself and the decisions you make today, knowing that would be your future? So there is a text in 2 Timothy that says this: for God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. You know, a lot of times we talk about the power of the gospel and the power of God's love. So we'll talk about the spirit of power and of love, but we shy away from self-discipline and self-control, even though self-control is one of the fruit of the Spirit. There was an old teacher of mine that defined maturity this way. So they were saying, if you are mature, this is what it is: self-control. It's the opposite of just going on every natural urge. So if you see something that just looks good, whether it's healthy or not, you eat it up. Or if somebody makes you angry, that immediately you hit them or retaliate. Or if you see something in a store that you want to buy, that even though you know you're living on credit, you still buy it. The opposite of that is maturity, where you can control those urges in the now because you know it will affect you in the future. And sometimes I do wonder if that's really the heart of this. When we're talking about the gospel, that's something that's transformative. But when God is talking about self-control, could it be that He just knows what will happen in the future, and He's trying to save you from pain and heartache, and trying to help you make good decisions today so that your tomorrow is better? Have a good week.